EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Tonight we will wind up Week 5 with a good battle, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears. The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And how about this for a start? This is out of bounds. Now a handoff looking right. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now this defense for the Lions, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
While you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, That's when you know you're playing well.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envision a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. When they failed on that 3rd down play, that brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
Here comes the Bears punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. This is taken around the 12. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Lions will take over. First down throw for Prescott. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He's trying to get it to Amon-Ra St. Brown, but it'll be 2nd down. You look at this Bears defense. They've certainly had their struggles against the run. The 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor, but every time I click on the film and watch them, I see stretches where they play against the run really well. Their biggest problem, when they give up those explosive runs, those 30, 40, 50-yard runs, that'll really mess up your averages.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. To the outside, that's complete to Williams. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Chance is good. He's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. On second down, here's Gibbs.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too. They converted twice on third down and drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt.
And this one is right through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Taken at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
They're on the 17-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. And there's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The Bears at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Now Tua. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
Matt Eberflus is going to take a risk here on 4th down. He is going to go for it. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. You talk about this Lions defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you can tell by this team. All right, anytime you can tell your offense, hey, just get us a couple touchdowns, we've got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well and you're carrying your team along.
They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number number one. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will tie us at 3-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Two yards to go, second down. Gibbs straight ahead. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The Lions on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
4th down, Prescott. Flushed out right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
If there's one thing they are lacking in, it's confidence. They took a big and maybe unnecessary risk going for that 4th down. He put them on his shoulders, though, and paid off the big-time gamble.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. 1st down, Prescott. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
But that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
On third down, it's Prescott. And it is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions have taken the lead. Well, we know he can run the ball. There he shows he has the ability to do a little bit more.
That's what you call a complete player. A guy who can run it, catch it, probably can protect the passer when necessary, but his skills are best used when you get the ball in his hands.
And that's the thing. When you've got an athlete like that, you want to get the ball to him in multiple ways, right?
Without a doubt, because he often creates mismatches about who can cover him, whether he's coming out of the backfield or even lining up like a receiver.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll be out of bounds across the 20.
At their own 28-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Here comes the Bears punter now. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Oh, it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. Now 2nd and 5. Another run for Gibbs here. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'll think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. A second down throw for Prescott. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And quickly, they get to the line. Now Dak, he's going to mix it up. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Prescott. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And again, it's Prescott. He'll let this go deep for St. Brown. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there, because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Point after, right down the middle, and the lead is now 17-3. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This taken in right around the goal line. And no chance to get away, as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
At the 18-yard line.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Mooney, the motion man right. Now it's the backup Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident, because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. That is caught. He's got a first and maybe more. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Chicago! A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go into the second half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good spot.
And I think for most teams, when they go into the half in this situation, it's not a lot of adjusting going on. It's much more, all right, guys, let's just play a little bit better than we did in the first half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that slices the lead down to 17-10. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far. And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
First down.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
First down, Lions.
Prescott on first down. He's got it to Williams. Room to maneuver at the 35. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Detroit. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14.
Lions 24, Bears 10.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
They're on 21-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute? Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Gibbs on the toss left. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10. St. Brown in motion right. Well, they'll fake the jet sweep, and now off play action, it's Prescott. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Here's Prescott. This will be caught inside the 10. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Williams, the man in motion left. Now he's going to get it on the jet sweep. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Jamison Williams with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Lions have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Bears 10.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. On the give, here's Gibbs.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Here we go, 46, 46. Then we're going to 53.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Counter play. Here's Gibbs.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Gibbs.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Here we go. Then we're going to 53. 26.
Gibbs not going anywhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 6.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
They'll try to run with Gibbs.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here. And now Watson throws another interception. Inside the 20. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. They'll bring a tight end in motion. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday. Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Gibbs again, but he will go backwards as he stopped for a loss. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
At their own 27-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's Brian Branch with it. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. And out across midfield down to the 45. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And my goodness, another interception.
Jack Campbell with a pick. And the Lions are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable.
There he goes, left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
106 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 36.
Hand off now to Gibbs.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Now run by Gibbs.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
And the Lions first down.
Trying the left side with Gibbs.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Here's Gibbs.
And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On 1st down, it's Watson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Again, it's Watson. Flush to his right. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
A gain of 26 more yards. That's another Bears first
They'll
down.
fake the handoff. Now Watson to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Well, it just seems
looks
like
good.
all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
The Bears
Subscribe to the channel.
There, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.